Hi, I'm Lena from Lena's Healing Haven, and today is video 17 where I'm going to talk about aliens. So, do aliens exist? Yes, they definitely do. Um, is everything that you read about aliens out there accurate and reliable? Absolutely not. Um, because to be the to be truthful, um, there are people out there who are mentally unstable, and sometimes they do receive hallucinations and create their own delusions that about aliens that they thought is reliable, and they put it out there. So I'm basically here to convey the message from my guides, not to trust all of the information you read about aliens. Perhaps only about 20% of the information online or in books are actually accurate and reliable. But if you choose to believe all of them, that's also up to you. And if you choose not to believe what I say, it's also up to you. But basically, there are six things that my guides would like me to convey about aliens right now. First, aliens are very much like humans in the sense there is no way to come up with a one-liner that defines all of the aliens out there, because that would be stereotyping. So there are good aliens, there are bad aliens, and there are also aliens that are neither good nor bad. And the at this moment, or rather for the past 1 million years or so, the alien species that has been consistently and diligently helping the human world are the Pleiadians. So you can easily Google them, Pleiadians. So a little bit about Pleiadians in this first point. First of all, the color is purple or royal blue. So for those of you who actually who actually are able to perceive energies in terms of colors, um, if you have affinity with Pleiadians, it is quite possible that you often catch glimpses of royal blue or purple colors around you or in the place that you're in. Okay, but but you do have to remember that there are also other beings that may have such similar colors. So it is not a guarantee that every single royal blue or purple color that you see energetically are the Pleiadians, unless you have other indications that confirm that you are being in touch with them. Okay. The other thing about Pleiadians is that they are wonderfully kind and compassionate, and if you are if you're actually in their presence, you will often feel quite relaxed, lighthearted, and free, because these are the qualities that Pleiadians emanate out of their being. Okay, and the last thing about a Pleiadian is that they may be very helpful to the human world, but they absolutely do not understand human language and human thought. So it's very hard for us to actually communicate with Pleiadians unless you have been attuned in some way through some kind of energetic process, such as DNA reactivation or soul realignment of certain sort. Otherwise, it will be actually almost impossible for you to communicate, to have a two-way communication with the Pleiadians. And even if you do, you'll find that they are quite disconnected from the way we think and the way we express our thoughts. So even if the two of you are actually communicating with each other, the level of understanding is very limited. So in other words, do not try to communicate with the Pleiadians. Just treat them as ascended beings who are more enlightened than us humans, and who are kind and compassionate enough to lend us a hand. So second point, how do the aliens help us? And this includes other aliens such as the Arcturians, Sirians, as well as others. Okay, they help us in three ways. First, they emanate loving energy to help the human world maintain a minimum level of peace and harmony. Second, they bring in alien technologies and analytics to help us create and so-called invent instruments or tools that will help us technologically in terms of internet, in terms of engineering, as well as um, as well as tools that actually help to lessen the amount of pollution on Earth. So tools that are more towards biological warfare. Okay, excuse my insufficient description in terms of using the right terms, because this is beyond my own personal knowledge. If you do not understand the point that I'm making, please feel free to comment under this video, and I will chat with them and I will reply your question. The third way that the aliens help us is through fine-tuning our thought patterns. And they do this by setting up portals around the world that emit vibrations and pulsation that actually help to fine-tune our mental activity. So it has the effect of calming down the mental activity, as well as opening up the receptivity to new ideas, insights, and perspectives, so that you are not so stubborn in clinging onto our outdated beliefs and ideas, and we are more open to accepting higher truths, as well as perspectives that help to um, impact our life in a loving and peaceful manner. Okay, now let's go to the third point. How about the other aliens that do not help us? Why are they on Earth? Okay, so there are two groups of aliens here, the ones that are completely neutral, as well as the ones which are actually potentially harmful and dangerous. So there are no need to for the guides to actually give any names as to these two groups of alien species. There are actually millions of alien species around, and about 60% of them fall into either of this group. So the main thing to take note here is, do not attempt alien communication unless you have been validated that the source of the other party belongs to a beneficial group, such as the Pleiades, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, as well as Arcturians, and a few others. If you are not sure of who is on the other end, cut off all communication immediately, because if you're lucky, it would be just a neutral group of aliens, but if you're very unlucky, it could be a harmful group of aliens. And personally, I have my own experience of being dominated or being possessed by harmful aliens. I do not know their names, and I'm told not to ask. But basically, what happened was that I had to be sent to the mental hospital because I was completely overwhelmed by the images and ideas that they were inputting into my mind, that caused me to have a lot of fear and a lot of confusion, and it caused me to have very unpredictable moods and extreme reactions to normal situations. So this is something that actually happens on quite a regular basis. My guys are telling me that in mental hospitals, right, at least 10 to 20% of them has got to do with alien interruption, you know, because some negative aliens decided to target that person and mess up the way they think and behave, that caused them to land up in the mental hospital. So please remember, unless you're very, very clear and very confident that you're communicating with a positive group of aliens, please do not attempt this. It's as bad as playing with the Ouija board. Um, you may it may cause you to attract the attention of negative beings that just want to fulfill their own negative agenda by taking control over your life and over your mind. Okay. Fourth point, what is the future for aliens and the human world? Will we ever become more um, integrated, and will the aliens ever come into mainstream news? They say no, because the objectives of aliens that are helping us are not to um, gain fame. They're not here to become famous or to be well known in any way. They actually like to work behind the scenes because it's easier for them to emit positive vibrations to the human world if the human world is not actually filtering them out with judgment, fear, or ego. So they actually want to do it very quietly and subtly without our knowledge. So we will never get to hear about the aliens in the mainstream news. And as for those aliens that actually get caught on videos or get witnessed by a large group of people, those are mostly the neutral group of aliens who are just curious about the human world and come by to take a visit and to explore what's going on, and they absent-mindedly let themselves get be seen or be recorded in some way or another. So just it's good enough to just know that aliens do exist and that some are here to help us, some are not. um, do not try to treat them as friends or objects to be examined, because they have their own conscience and they also have their own personality. um, it's good to treat them with respect and to allow distance between us so that they can do their work and we can go about with our lives without any interruption. Okay. All right, the next point is what do you do if you get possessed by a negative alien entity? The first thing is that you need to know that if this is happening to you, then you have to stop believing all the thoughts happening in your head, because chances are at least half of them have been altered by the alien entity that has taken control over you. And if you were to believe all the thoughts happening in your head, it will lead you to a lot of chaos and havoc in your life. Second of all, seek a spiritual person who can guide you in making a prayer to God. Because as I mentioned before in my previous video on who is God, um, there are different levels of God. And when it comes to issues like this, the level 2 gods will come in and intervene if they were be offered the opportunity to do so. So that just basically means that you just have to invite the level 2 gods through a prayer. For example, dear name of the god, please assist me in deleting all imprints left by this alien entity and to send the alien entity away from my life so that I can lead my life with love and light once more. Something along those lines, okay? And with the invitation to intervene, the gods will come in and send the alien entity away. And 90% of the time, the alien entity will obey, because the gods are above the aliens in terms of authority. And if the aliens were to um, resist their intervention, they will get punished in their own way as well. And in the remaining 10% of aliens that do not want to go away even after intervention, you will have to invite a spiritual person, a spiritual worker, to bring in special light beings whose speciality is to actually take care of matters like this. So it's not like they are more powerful than the previous gods that you invited to intervene. It's just that they are more experienced in such matters and they will know exactly what to do. Okay, so it's simply these 2 or 3 steps, and it's very important that you invite divine intervention, because this is something which psychologists and doctors cannot handle. If the alien entity chooses to stay in your life and cause chaos and disruption, then it's no longer about taking medication, and it's no longer about correcting your behavior. You have to go to the root of the problem. Yeah. So that's it for today's video. I hope this is interesting to you, and I know that there are probably a million other questions about aliens that some of you may have that have not been covered in this video. But in summary, the guys just want me to convey the final message, that we should just be aware that aliens exist. Do not try to enter their world or invite them to enter our own, and just be briefly aware of the good aliens helping us. Be thankful for the help, and that's it. Okay, don't try to reenact ET or any alien shows where the aliens are friendly pets or friends that can come into your life and live your life together with you. It will never happen. And if you want, you try to make that happen, you may end up attracting the wrong aliens instead. Okay, so I'm going to end the video here, and I'll see you the next time. Okay, thank you, bye, and have a nice day.